And while U.S. policies continue to pressure on African nations, they are returning to Africa to reconnect with their roots, reclaim their heritage, and rediscover their identity. So, what is driving this shift?
What's making African Americans pack up and move to Africa? Across the United States, a quiet migration is gaining momentum. From busy city streets to rural towns, thousands of African Americans are making a life-altering decision to leave America behind and start fresh on the African continent. But what's driving this powerful movement? Is it the lure of economic opportunities, the call of cultural heritage, or the search for a safer, more fulfilling life? In today's deep dive, we uncover the personal stories, economic trends, and historical forces inspiring a new wave of return to the motherland. And why, for many, it's not just a move, it's a homecoming. And trust me, by the end of this video, you might find yourself rethinking where home really is. Introduction to Blacksit. In recent years, a growing number of African Americans have been relocating to various countries across the African continent, a movement often dubbed Blacksit, a play on Brexit symbolizing an exodus from the United States. This trend, which gained momentum after the 2020 racial reckoning following George Floyd's murder and the COVID-19 pandemic, represents a quest for belonging, safety, and opportunity. According to Ghana's Diaspora Affairs Office, at least 1,500 African Americans moved to the country between 2019 and 2023, fueled by initiatives like Ghana's Beyond the Return campaign. Social media influencers and YouTube channels have amplified personal stories, showcasing vibrant lives in places like Ghana, Kenya, and South Africa. While not a mass migration, Black Americans make up about 14% of the U.S. population, and only a fraction relocates. It's a significant shift for those seeking to escape systemic issues in America. Let's explore the motivations, destinations, challenges, and outcomes of this modern repatriation, drawing on historical roots and contemporary realities. Historical context. The idea of African Americans returning to Africa isn't new. It dates back to the 19th century with the Back to Africa movement. Led by figures like Marcus Garvey in the early 20th century, it advocated for Black self-reliance and emigration to escape oppression in the U.S. Organizations like the American Colonization Society facilitated the resettlement of freed slaves to Liberia and Sierra Leone. Though many efforts faced brutal challenges, including disease and resistance from local populations. In the 20th century, the Great Migration saw millions of Black Southerners move north for jobs and freedom from Jim Crow laws. But Pan-African ideals persisted through leaders like Malcolm X and Kwame Nkrumah. Today's Blacksit echoes these sentiments but is enabled by remote work, affordable travel, and African governments' outreach. For instance, Ghana's 2019 Year of Return marked 400 years since the first enslaved Africans arrived in Virginia, inviting diaspora descendants to reconnect. This historical thread underscores a long-standing desire for ancestral reconnection amid enduring U.S. inequalities. Push factors in the U.S. The primary drivers pushing African Americans out of the U.S. are deeply rooted in systemic racism and socioeconomic challenges. Many cite exhaustion from racial profiling, police violence, and discriminatory policies as key motivators. The 2020 protests highlighted these issues, prompting some to seek respite abroad. Economic factors also play a role. High costs of living, medical debt, and limited upward mobility make America feel untenable. One expat in Ghana described feeling fed up with America's racism, opting for a life where Blackness is the norm. Political instability, including concerns over elections and anti-Black policies, has accelerated this trend. Actress K.J. Smith suggested Black Americans consider moving to Africa due to the U.S. political climate. Additionally, the pandemic exposed vulnerabilities, with remote work allowing professionals to relocate without job loss. Social media discussions reveal frustrations with gun violence, healthcare disparities, and cultural alienation, painting the U.S. as a place where true equality remains elusive. For families, safety for children, free from school shootings or racial bias, is a recurring theme. Pull factors in Africa. Africa's allure lies in its promise of cultural affirmation, economic potential, and a lower stress lifestyle. Many movers seek an ancestral connection, visiting slave castles in Ghana to honor forebears and reclaim identity. Governments have capitalized on this. Ghana offers citizenship paths, while Sierra Leone provides fast-track naturalization for diaspora descendants. Economic incentives include affordable housing, entrepreneurship opportunities, and a burgeoning tech scene in cities like Accra and Nairobi. Expats report building businesses with less capital than in the U.S., enjoying fresh food and community vibes. Quality of life improvements, such as escaping U.S. consumerism and finding peace in majority Black societies, are frequently mentioned. One Chicago native who moved to Rwanda praised the lack of racial tension. You walk around without that constant vigilance. Social media amplifies these positives, with influencers like Wode Maya promoting Africa's modernity and debunking poverty stereotypes. For some, it's about legacy, raising children with pride in their heritage. Popular destinations. Ghana tops the list thanks to its English-speaking population, stable democracy, and diaspora-friendly policies. Over 1,500 African Americans have settled there since 2019, drawn to Accra's vibrant scene and Beyond the Return initiative. Kenya attracts with its digital nomad visas, natural beauty, and growing expat communities in Nairobi. South Africa offers advanced infrastructure and diverse culture, though some note lingering racial tensions. Tanzania and Rwanda appeal for their safety and entrepreneurial vibes, with Rwanda's cleanliness and tech hub status standing out. The Gambia is gaining traction for its beaches and low-cost living, ideal for retirees or wellness entrepreneurs. These spots provide visa options like 90-day tourist extensions or long-term residency for investors, making relocation feasible. Challenges faced. Relocation isn't without hurdles. Some expats regret the move due to infrastructure issues, like unreliable utilities or limited groceries, as one woman lamented after moving to Africa. Cultural clashes arise. African Americans may face skepticism from locals or be seen as Western privilege. Scams target newcomers, often by fellow diaspora members down on luck. Adjustment to different social norms, languages, or bureaucracies can be daunting. In Tanzania, some leave due to unmet expectations, political instability in parts of Africa, anti-LGBTQ laws, or economic volatility adds risk. Despite this, many advise thorough research and visits before committing. Success stories. Let's hear from real people. Their stories make it personal. Take Will Sostan from Chicago. He moved to Africa as an entrepreneur. He wanted to escape limits in the US and build something new. Now he creates art and businesses there. Another story is from a woman who built a 4-bedroom home in Ghana. She left the US for free land and a fresh life. In one video, a Black American shares how Ghana feels like home after years of struggle. There's also a man who traced his roots to a tribe in Ghana and moved with his family. But not all tales are happy. Some regret it. One woman tried Tanzania but ran back to Ghana because it was too hard. These stories show joy and freedom, but also the work to adjust. Many say it's worth it for the peace. Of course, moving isn't easy. Challenges pop up. First, cultural differences. African Americans might not fit right away. Locals sometimes see them as outsiders or rich Americans. In Ghana, land disputes happen. Newcomers buy property, but rules are tricky. Gentrification is an issue too. More arrivals drive up prices, making locals angry. Some Africans resent it, feeling like Black Americans exploit poverty. Rejection hurts. Practical problems include bad roads, power cuts, or healthcare. Jobs might not be as good. One list says 10 reasons why some never return, like missing US comforts. Still, many stay and adapt. The story of this migration isn't just about relocation. It's about reclaiming identity, rewriting destiny, and rediscovering a sense of belonging. Africa isn't just calling, it's answering centuries-old questions about heritage and the future. What about you? Would you pack up everything and start over across the Atlantic? Let's talk about it in the comments below. If this video opens your eyes, make sure to hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this story, and subscribe for more deep dives into global shifts shaping our world. Your journey starts with knowledge, and the next chapter could start right here.